Hey guys, what's going on? LuxAlgo is starting to take up a lot of my time. I'm trading it all day, every day almost, and then I'm making videos when I'm not trading it. So this is becoming quite the overwhelm. So today this is my second video on LuxAlgo, and I wanted to bring up a couple of points for people that are buying it. Dozens of people have been reaching out to me saying they're buying this and they're testing it and they're loving it. And one thing I wanted to point out to people is that when you sign up for the subscription, so I was talking about how I've done a partnership with LuxAlgo, and they've given me this 30% off LuxAlgo code, which is STA30, which is valid if you go to the referral link that they've given me right here. And so you can find all this in the description below. One thing though to point out, which I didn't really realize, they never told me, but other people have been mentioning it to me, is these are the standard prices for LuxAlgo. And so when you apply the STA30 at this link, you can get 30% off, but remember, it's only for your first billing cycle that you get the 30% off. After that, it goes back to the full price. And so I've been advising people, instead of doing the monthly, do the quarterly or the yearly, because if you do 30% off the quarterly, plus another 30% from the discount that's built in already here, it goes from $200 quarterly down to $100 if you use my link and my affiliate code that is in this article right here, STA30. Now, $100 every 3 months works out to be a lot better than if you pay monthly at $67, even if you do the 30% off, which brings it down to about $50, right? So if you're paying $50 every month with my discount, that comes to $150 for the quarter, whereas you can get it for $100 if you do it with the discount. And similarly with the yearly, you want to do that 30% off on the yearly. That's the best possible deal. So don't do the monthly if you can help it, because you might get the 30% off on the first month, but most people are sticking around for more than a month because this is a really good tool. And so people are finding that they're getting billed the full $67.99 the second month, which is unnecessary. Like, it's not necessary if you do the quarterly or the yearly. So I know a few people have done the yearly. That's the smartest decision in my opinion, just because you're going to go back to the full price after the first month. So thought I'd point that out before I start talking about the trades that I did today. So bear that in mind if you're going to go and use the discount through my referral link on this article. So earlier I did a quick video about Forex. So people have been asking me all sorts of things. I did this video about Forex. You can trade Forex with Lux, so you won't get bored at the weekends. You can trade crypto with Lux, so I put that video in there as well. And then daily, what I'm trying to do is take some trades with Lux. It's not hard to do because I'm totally addicted to it. I don't know if it's the color schemes or the fact that indicators work so well, but I'm really over trading with Lux at the moment, which has been a good thing because I have been making substantial profit. Today I did really well. I think I got, here's the screenshot. So I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 4, 5, did 5 trades, and you can see the profit and loss on the right here. Zoom in. So you can see most of my trades are winners. One was a particularly good winner, had one loss, which I can talk about a little bit, but one main trade actually made most of my money. So I'm going to talk about that one first, and I'll try and mention the other ones, but it's kind of hard to keep track. Again, I do 0 DTE, usually close to the money, puts and calls on SPY only, so I don't really trade anything else with Lux whatsoever. Keeps it simple. Very quick rundown for people that are new. The settings that I use are very simple. I use the confirmation settings plus exits. I use the smart trail and the reversal zones, and I put on the autopilot, which is down here on midterm. Very quick overview just to show you before we get into the trades. This is the smart trail, so this is blue, it means it's in an uptrend. When it's red right here, that's a smart trail, but it's in a downtrend, so I can use this as support, and this is resistance. And then on top of that, the reversal zones, red is resistance, green is support. And then I just use the standard Lux signals where red pointing down is a sell, green pointing up is a buy, so nothing fancy. Anyway, let's talk about a couple of trades I did today. The first one was an absolute beast. This was the start of the day right here, and so you can see we had a sell signal, so the market gapped down today, and we had this beautiful short all the way down. You can see the trailing stop here, the smart trail is in this very bearish pattern. So one thing that I found quite useful is the smart trail. If you test the smart trail or get close to it, you can often just like take a position there. So because I didn't get in at the open, where basically you don't really want to be getting in right at the open anyway, because volatility will push up the prices of the contracts. So if you're trading options, which most people are doing, sometimes it's best just to wait. So if you can get a retest, within 20 minutes, often even though you're getting a retest here and you didn't get quite in the entry that you wanted, the good thing is the contracts could actually be better priced, right, because they've settled down a little bit. And so I got in on the retest of the smart trail here, which may or may not have been the smartest thing to do. It worked well for me in this thing, but usually I try and wait for an indication on this. But sometimes just a retest something as simple as a smart trail, or resistance in this case. And this led to a really nice downtrend for a little bit, and that's where I made the majority of the money today. Because basically it was the 411 puts, right? So we went straight into being in the money, right? So we dropped right down. These things got a lot of value on the 0 DTEs. And because it was a fairly short trade, didn't get burned by theta too much, so that's pretty good. The rest of the day was pretty choppy. I took a long here, took a couple of shorts randomly. Nothing too exciting though. It was a really kind of a bad day overall, so I was pretty happy with the profit. I took this short right here, which was nice. I took this long right here. Again, I'm ignoring signals that don't follow the trend, so I'm not taking a long, right, when we're going down on the smart trail. So it's one way definitely I've found to work. So I'm going to keep exploring this system. There's so much more to explore. There's oscillators I'm going to talk about. There's different combinations of these indicators. But honestly, I want to make sure that people are watching this. This is a good place to start, in my opinion, from my experience so far. These three simple indicators have worked really well for me and continue most days to work. I had a little bit of a loss. This was my losing trade today. Let's see. So what I did here was, I thought I was being smart. We had a nice smart trail bearish trend. We had a bearish entry on the 1 minute, and we had a nice candle coming down. And so I thought, like, okay, go short. And the idea worked. I was up for a little bit. The problem was I lost track of the time, and this was about basically half an hour before the market closed with 0 DTE contracts. So as soon as this thing started going against me, started to test the smart trail. Normally I'd be a bit more patient here. I'd hope that it rejected and continued down and take some profits, but in this case theta was really starting to burn these contracts, so I decided to stop out here. Probably could have held a bit longer, but again I'd be battling theta decay as we started to go into the close over here. So this is where I took the loss today. So I didn't get the best price. I got in here somewhere. And so when you look at the screenshot from earlier, this was the loss. Loss is pretty small compared to the wins. Kind of a small win here, but overall $1,400 for the day, which is pretty good to me. It's a nice trading day for me, and it was all just LuxAlgo. I have to admit though, I do feel like I'm over trading, getting overconfident with Lux, and so I'm going to try and step back a little bit and just try and make sure I'm taking the absolute best possible trades. When you're having such consistent success with it, it's probably going to be pretty easy to get into a rut where basically taking trades that I really shouldn't be. For example, if you win 3 in a row, you may just end up sort of going in for something that maybe isn't optimal. For example, trying to buck the trend too much, like on one of the signals that maybe doesn't work. So let's look at the 5 minute. Maybe there's something on here. Didn't trade any 5 minute. I'm really only doing 1 minute SPY today, but most things worked quite well, even though it was a relatively flat market overall. This one was a bit pathetic, just kind of went sideways for a fair bit on the 5 minute. I think probably on a day like this it would probably be best to switch to the contrarian signals, but honestly I'm just having a lot of fun doing it this way, so I think you guys probably have different ways of doing it. People have been adding in all sorts of extra things that seem to work well too, but I'm going to stick with this for a while. I'm going to start exploring the oscillators, so next few videos expect to see some of the oscillator stuff. They have a whole package here if you go to the invite only scripts, oscillators premium. They have a whole bunch of these things which are supposed to be like classical indicators like the stochastics and MACD, but like on steroids, like extra extra predictive and fast. So I'm going to try and test those a little bit, talk about them in some future videos. So I think I'll try and keep reporting on my trades, because I think that's really important. I don't think a lot of people do that, where they'll talk about these indicators and things, but they're not showing real trades to show that this system is working for them or isn't working for them. And I think that's pretty important when you're testing systems and things as well, so I think it's pretty important. So yeah, like I said, go and check out the full review. I'm going to make a section for the oscillators pretty soon as well, and I think that's probably what I'm going to be looking at more going forward. But like I said, each day I'll try and update you on what trades I'm doing. Can't promise I'll do it forever though, because I'm always testing new services and systems, and I only have so much bandwidth to give for these systems. Once again, I want to remind you that if you do sign up for LuxAlgo, I would go with the longer time frame. So if you're dedicated and you think this is for you, don't go for the monthly, go for the quarterly or the yearly. You'll save money overall with my referral link and my coupon code right here. So anyway, hopefully that's helpful, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video.